Looks like I'm live. Welcome to the Bradley J Show. I do it when I feel like it. Yay! That's an excellent thing. I'm bummed out I'm bummed out about inflation, and I feel that inflation is being exacerbated by two things that are completely avoidable. One, I feel it is my opinion that, in my estimation, I am getting gouged by people selling me stuff or trying to sell me stuff and for wildly high prices and saying, well, it's because of inflation. I don't think so. Inflation is 7.1%, I believe, something like that. Yet, when I went to buy some Scott bathroom tissue today, 32 rolls, 1,000 sheets, that's basic standard Scott stuff that usually lasts forever. Last time I bought it, $25 and change for 32 rolls. This time, $40 plus is what I saw. And I'll shop around now. I'm going to, before I would just get it, but now it's time to shop around. It's time to be frugal. Another item, cocktails. $20 cocktail. Here's another item, burger. In my town, some of you know where that is, there's a burger place, and that burger place, after you get done paying for the burger, toppings, tax, and maybe it's changed, a $2 to-go box fee, you're up to like, what, 21, and a tip, even if it's $2 to go tip, you're up over $25 for a burger. Stop the insanity. Just say no. Don't buy this stuff. The price will go down. That's the beauty of the market system. But the market system is broken because many of you will pay any price. Any price for a hotel. $350. Come on. I'm not cheap. I leave 40% tips, 30% tips. But I'm just not down with that. Stop doing it. For some reason, after the pandemic, people freaked and they got to spend all their money. Well, what that is doing is driving prices up to an insane level. And even stuff that's necessary, like bathroom tissue, is exorbitantly priced. Exorbitant. You get, never mind, I was going to make some sort of absorbency joke. Never mind. So, two things. Beware. Don't blindly just pay something, a huge amount for something, assuming it's unavoidable because of inflation. If it's up, 10%, all right, maybe, but not 75%. Gasoline price is about the same as it was last year. It's not the gas. Can't blame it on the fuel. Are people getting paid more? Not really. People are still working for dirt cheap. What could be causing this? It's simply they will charge you whatever they can get as long as they can charge it for you. Now let's go back to some of the things I mentioned. $20 cocktail, or more commonly, $15 for the basic cocktail. I'm just not doing it. There are folks out there who feel, I got to live my life. I got to go out for that cocktail. I got to go to that nice restaurant. You don't. It feels good to be frugal. And it destroys the economy if you pay any price for anything. Joe says, let's see, they are pushing the bull, supply chain, lack of workers, fuel costs, inflation to us. And So I don't know why lack of workers makes the price go up. I mean, if they're not don't have any workers, I can see why we wouldn't get it. I suppose that diminishes supply. Okay, fine. Supply chain, lack of workers. You know what? Pay your workers more. I don't blame people for not working for minimum wage. Especially now with everything so expensive. What else does Joe say? But if you need the item, you'll pay the price, and the corporation knows it. Okay, but how many items do we need? Do I need the $15 cocktail? No. I'll get by with the Narragansett for, and I happen to know exactly how much that is, $7.39 a six-pack. It's just as much fun as a cocktail. I want to scream. I'm not going to. It's too bad. I see all these nice restaurants. I won't go in them. I'm hunting for places where cocktails are $10 and below. They do exist. As far as travel, I'm out partly until the airlines can get it together. At least in the United States, I'm not paying. So here's another example. There was a place I liked to stay. Like last year, it was like $200. It's very nice. I just checked the price of it. $329 for one night before tax. So what are you up to? $350. Then you eat out at that restaurant in the hotel. $500 for one night. I would rather spend that money on nice steaks at the supermarket. And yeah, that's also expensive, but not as much. Or I'd rather make chicken soup and save my money. I saw a report that American savings levels are really low. Like people don't have much in the bank. Oh, no wonder, because you're paying $21 for a cocktail, $15 for a cocktail. You're going out and staying in a $350 hotel or a $250 hotel. I'm begging you, rethink everything. There's a certain joy in being frugal. Try it out. I know that when I was in college, I was super frugal, like most of us, because we had to be. Were you any less happy then? No, you weren't. You scrimped by. You bought the cheapest beer. You bought the cheapest vegetables. I used to buy the vegetables on the rack in the market of stuff about to go bad. You know, brown bananas, whatever. So there you go. I beg you, people, wake up. Stop being sheep and be smarter with your dollar. I don't know what else is to blame for this. Maybe it's because people don't use cash very much, so it doesn't seem real. It's kind of cool when you have, $200 in your wallet. You spend $150, you have $50 left. You can see it's gone. But now, it's never gone. I'll just put it on the card. I'll pay the credit card debt, not me. Forget it. If I can't pay for it, I can't afford it. If I can't pay for it by the end of the month, I can't afford it. I suppose, it boils down to years, partly, this is exacerbated by years and years of television ads, television commercials. I will stay with instant coffee at home. Thank you. The world is used to paying, $6? How much does a coffee cost at Starbucks? I don't know. I know that my decaf iced coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, last I knew, was $3.48 for a small. Okay, fair enough. I go to Dunkin' Donuts a lot. And I don't even want the coffee, really. It's this weird habit of the procedure of purchasing a coffee. I'm addicted to going in and getting it. Excuse me. So let's see. Joe says Gansett. Right, exactly, Joe. I take the T. I walk Try walking, for crying out loud. Save your money. Things will get cheaper. That's the way it works here in the United States of America. So there's that. Next time, I'm going to talk about how horrific the culture of the airlines is and how they've taken the fun out of traveling with what I feel is dangerous, cramped seating. Do you really think you'd be able to evacuate an airplane in an emergency with those seats as cramped as they are? And the other health risks that result from cramped seating and the scheduling and the staffing. This is, the airlines will say, oh, we're short-staffed. Didn't you see that coming? Come on. It gets harder after this. There are a couple of things that really irritate me. My friend Mike is going to go to Puerto Rico. He books a nonstop on a particular airline because he wants nonstop. They call him up and said, sorry, we changed your flight. Now you have a connection. I would be livid. And then to complain, try that. Try contacting getting through on the phone to an airline. Go ahead, I dare you. Try getting an email back from an airline. One time I had insurance, canceled the flight, wanted to make a claim on my insurance. Do you know how many hours I spent on the phone? One day. After days, I finally got through. And they said, oh, can't help you with that. Send an email. Send an email. Never got a reply. Not to my knowledge. Maybe I missed it. Heard you on like sheep. Heard you off like sheep. Of course, people act like sheep on the thing. Just, you want to know something? A bus is more comfortable. Bus used to be the low end. Now airlines are the low end. I got on a Concord Trailways bus the other day and thought, wow, look at all the leg room in this bus. This is fantastic. I wish the airlines had this much leg room. And people, you got to do your part. Stop being jerks. When you get to the airport, how about if you don't dress like a schlub, right? It's possible to be comfortable and a little stylish. Not some stupid shorts and some dumb t-shirt. Come on. And some flip-flops. And try to keep it together. You're working with a lot of people. When you get into the airport, get out everything you need out of your bag, put it in your pockets or whatever. I use a vest, like a fishing vest, that's got, yes, it does look nice. I wear a nice turtleneck like this and this vest. It's got multiple pockets, headphones, medications, eye mask, earplugs, whatever. And that way I'm not blocking the aisle trying to fish stuff out of my bag like a jerk. I can't stand it when people get in there, put their luggage up there, and it's way too big, by the way. They get this massive roller case. I can barely lift it. And then they want to take stuff out of it while 100 people are waiting in line. How selfish. What about a little bit of being considerate, a little consideration? Yeah, I'm pretty angry. I'm tired of putting up with the BS. So I can vote with my money. I can vote with my dollar. Until the airlines get it together, I'm not flying. My last trip, Porto. I had a 4-day trip. It's short. I got a call from the airline. Oh, we moved your flight. Yeah, instead of leaving at 1 p.m., you're now leaving at 6 a.m., which means I had to get to the airport at 4, get up at 2, get in the cab at 3 to get to the airport at 4, which means that entire fourth night gone. So they took about Well, when it comes to nights, 25% of my nights away. 1/4 the airline took away. What's this? Joe says. As long as people evac themselves and not luggage. Yeah. Well, even with that's another thing. But even if you're just evacuating yourself, can you imagine people in crisis trying to get out of the middle seat with 28-inch seat pitch? Oh, and you know another thing I can't stand? The way the airlines nickel and dime you. Oh, here's the airfare. Yeah, but if you want to choose your seat, oh, that's more. If you, let's see, Phil Kate. He's always very smart, has very insightful stuff. Yes, the businesses are most certainly gouging us. Usually I proofread these before I put these up. The only means of punishing them that consumers have available is not to spend their dollars. Correct. You're on the same page as me. It's the same with gas prices. Want them to go down? Stop driving and get your friends to stop driving for a week. Yes. So, to follow that great comment, Phil Kate. We think alike. We think alikely. And that applies to $15 cocktails. I'm guessing, Phil, you're not big on the $15 cocktail or the $25 hamburger. That is a crime. It's a crime that not an actual crime. Unfortunately, it should be a crime. There ought to be a law. The hamburger law. No hamburger shall ever cost more than $12.95. You can't make a $12.95 hamburger? Then don't make any hamburgers. Learn to love your home. Keep it clean and cook your own food. Do you think you'll be any less happy? No, you will not. Don't drink. Don't eat meat. Well, I can do half of that. And as I mentioned earlier, Phil, you can get a 6-pack of, what do you call it? Narragansetts for $7.39. Yes, I know. If you don't drink and don't eat meat, man, if you don't drink and don't eat meat, you're saving huge amounts of money. I mean, plus, if you don't drink, the pounds just fly off you. I went 10 days without having any alcohol the other day. I lost, 9 pounds. You might say, wow, Bradley, you're drinking a lot, but it's not that. It's, for some reason, alcohol helps keep the weight on. That's it for today. You get the idea. And the airlines, shame on you. Shame on the culture of the airlines. I read something about a push to get rid of the practice of having 2 pilots. No, it seems as though I read something about this. Can anyone confirm they saw the article? There's a move to not have 2 pilots. Yeah, right. Oh, so back to just one more thing. Just the nickel and diming of the airlines. Oh, here's your airfare. Oh, that's pretty reasonable. Oh, but if you want to choose a seat, you not pay more. If you don't want to sit in the rat hole of the middle of a seat, you have to pay more to choose to get out. Then if you want a good seat, you may have to pay more. So what they'll say is, "Oh, there's your airfare. But if you want to have a half decent experience, well, why don't you upgrade to this? Oh, and if you want, why don't you upgrade to this? They're just upselling you. Oh, you want luggage? Oh, well, that's going to cost you. It's good for me because I don't take luggage, but I am livid over the way physically they treat you by cramming you into these factory farm seats. It's the airline equivalent of factory farms. Oh, I don't see how you do it. So while I'm on the subject, I'm going to go over this again, but I think that Americans, and maybe worldwide, but I'm only in charge of the Americans, rethink your entire life in terms of traveling. And I don't just mean traveling for business or traveling for pleasure. I'm talking about when kids grow up, they'll move far away, far enough so they have to fly to get home for Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. Consider not going so far away. Maybe families should stay driving distance apart. Consider that. Is that the end of the world? No. Imagine the joy of not having to fly and go through the hell that you saw on TV the other night with Southwest. That kind of thing to visit your family. Oh, and you need to go or you'll feel terribly guilty for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So if you have already moved away, try to make a deal with your family. Say, I want to hang around with you, but I don't want to deal with holiday travel. So we're going to come in November. Or we're going to come, tell you what, we're going to come in June. We'll see each other just as many times, only it won't be for Christmas. And it won't be for Thanksgiving. There are all these kind of things we do out of sheer momentum. We got to stop. So, also, as far when you get a day off, when you get a few days off, I know this is coming from me, the traveler, but I was the traveler before the airlines did what they've done. Or got like they are, I should say. Consider doing stuff in your own town, not even going to some vacation destination. Don't go to Maine. If you live in New Hampshire, stay in New Hampshire. If you live in Maine, stay in Maine. If you live in Massachusetts, stay in Massachusetts. That's what I'm doing. You know what I did for my birthday? I went to 2 restaurants, and I loved it. Local restaurants. Try that. I'm concentrating on cleaning the house, organizing, being productive, not spending money, not traveling. Free range airlines. What's that? Oh, right. That's right. I want a free range airline. Meaning, I want enough legroom so that I feel like a free range chicken kicking up my webbed feet. Joe has no hankering for air travel. When you saw that business, you pay more and get less. A can of tuna used to be 6 ounces. Now it's 4.5. Yeah, there's that too. Here's another way to save money. Just eat less, for crying out loud. Chances are you eat twice as much as you need. Twice as much as you should. It's a great time to change your eating habits. You'll save gazillions. Seriously. You could save $100 a week easy. There you go. Eat less. Shrink. That's right. Phil says shrinkflation. That's right. So you may be upset with me and say, well, who the heck are you, Bradley J., for telling me how to live my life? Well, you know what? Your excessive ways are screwing up my life. So you go out and you pay $25 for a hamburger and $20 for a cocktail, then my cocktails cost that same amount. So stop it. I wish I could scream at this microphone. It would be ugly. I won't. But I'm truly angry about this. Truly. And I walk the walk. I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk. I keep gas consumption to a minimum. Don't buy expensive cocktails. Only a restaurant in like birthdays. Well, takeout. I do takeout. But I go to the cheap restaurant. I don't see how you don't feel like an ass. How you don't feel like a tool. How you don't feel like a fool. How you don't feel like a sucker when you pay $25 for a hamburger. I know people do. I know the restaurant. People go in there. It's not empty. It's still in business. So some of you are doing it. Stop the damned insanity. Stinkflation. Oh no, shrinkflation. Yeah, I think I have some sort of reading disorder. I just said stinkflation. Okay, that is all for today. I need to go. You know what I'm going to do? Big activity. Well, I prepare. Oh, let me promo. Phil, I know that you are a fan of Michael Coyne, and Michael Coyne will be on the 5th. And introducing the other Michael Coyne, the son of Michael Coyne, Michael Coyne Jr., which makes Michael Coyne that we know Michael Coyne the third, I think. No, the young Michael Coyne's Michael Coyne the third. That would make Mike Coyne. Okay, so Michael Coyne's son is going to be on talking about whether or not we have lost not only our privacy but our right to privacy. You see, privacy decisions are made on a reasonable expectation of privacy. The legalities, the legals of privacy are based on reasonable expectation of privacy. But since we have acquiesced to cameras everywhere, to surveillance by way of our online choices, by way of our online shopping choices, by our online browsing choices, by way of Alexa, since we have acquiesced, do we have a lesser, diminished expectation of privacy? We said okay. We said put up the cameras. Okay, track my movements online. Yes, I agree. I agree that the Facebook fine print, the Google fine print, the Amazon fine print. Yes, track my location. Since we've agreed to all that, our expectation of privacy is less. So do we therefore have a diminished legal right to privacy? So that's Michael Coyne, known as Mick Coyne, the young Coyne the younger. And then on the 5th, Michael Coyne will talk about, we'll have an update on the deal with Trump, former President Trump. I will say, I was watching a show on some of the great presidents, and it makes me sad that Donald Trump is one of that club. It's so disheartening. Now, those of you who are conservatives, I get it. I understand that there was some policies of President Trump that made him popular with you, but there are other people who would have those same policies that had a hint of dignity and human decency. So we're going to find out. And by the way, do you think that the president, if it is decided that his actions were criminal, should he not be prosecuted because it will cause divisiveness in the country? Should he catch a break, get a pass, because to prosecute him would cause inflammation throughout the country? I don't know. Is it better for the country to let it go, or is it better for that notion of equal justice under the law to be true? Because as it is now, there is not equal justice under the law. If you don't even have to be that rich or that powerful. Who among the, Rudy Giuliani, right? As long as he's not charged with something, there's not equal justice under the law, in my opinion. Now there's a coin flip. Right, exactly. Erode the rule of law or civil unrest. Do you say to somebody, do you say to all very powerful people, you know what, you get powerful enough, you get a pass. We're not even going to pretend. You just get a pass. Or is it necessary for the country and the Constitution and an American way to remain intact? Do you have to prosecute laws, especially if it is determined that an individual worked to overthrow the government? Do you just let that go? And how long do you think democracy will last if you just give a, pat on the butt and say, no problem, don't you worry about that, what you did there on January 6th. Anyway, that's that. I think what I'm going to do now is go walk up a steep hill over and over again. Right? There's a hill nearby that's so crazy steep. I got to get some, what do you call it? Aerobic exercise. I'm really good with the diet. I'm pretty lame with the aerobic exercise. So I'm going to put on headphones and I'm going to walk up and down this hill, listening to music, prepping for the show, the music show, the Ignore the Machine show I do on WZBC on Saturday. I really curate the heck out of that. That's on 3 p.m. Saturdays. I hope you'll listen. Thank you, Reagan, for a nice jacket. I know. I got this at a men's shop. It's vintage. And some might say I look like Steve Martin in that Wild and Crazy Guy skit. But no, I get to do what I want. Would Bowie wear this? Oh, yeah. Bowie would definitely wear it. And that's all that really matters. Safety vest. That's right, Joe. Correct. As you know, Joe, not only do I have a safety vest, I have an entire safety jacket. Phil says the same thing. It's dark out. High-vis vest. Headphones. Yeah, I know. But I will say this. These don't cover the ear. I still hear. They don't clog up my ears. They still allow me to hear. But you're right. Because a potential mugger may feel that I am vulnerable because I'm wearing headphones. That's true. All right, I'll decide what I do. Yeah, that's right, the orange raincoat. It's really not a raincoat. It's my don't get hit by a car coat. I've had it for years. Oh, my ambulance friends call them dead phones. Yeah, I know. Good point. A pair of dead phones. These are the ones right here that I wear. I guess I won't wear them. All right. Bye now. Can you share this? Sign up for everything. Follow everything of mine. That is all. Bye.